4 persons died in 2 separate incidents of drowning. The police media unit said that the bodies of 2 children who had drowned in the seas off Pelana in Waligama were found after being washed ashore. The victims, who were 13 and 15 years of age, were residents from Koledanda, Waligama. Meanwhile, the police said that another 2 persons had drowned in a tank in Laggala, Matale. The victims, who had met with the untimely death this evening, were residents from the same area. You're watching News First. Well, it's time now for Action TV.
This road, constructed in line with the Mahawali Rapid Development Scheme, connects Mahaoya in Ampara and Aralagangvila in Polonnaruwa. This road, constructed to meet the needs of development, was nevertheless used mostly for war purposes. As a result of wild elephants encroaching on this area, the road became insecure, resulting in minimal terrorist activity, enabling troops to make use of this road. A small change was also made to the road. A 22-kilometer detour was added, running across the Madruoya National Reserve. Although this was in violation of the rules and regulations of the reserve, the Wildlife Department did not raise any objection to this, as it was crucial at the time to have a safe and secure transport route. With the liberation of Toppigala and the restoration of civil administration in the eastern province, this road was somewhat isolated. In 2009, the foundation was laid under the Eastern Province Navodaya program to resurface and reconstruct the road. The plan was to resurface and reconstruct the road in accordance with the original layout, ensuring that it did not cut across the Madruoya Reserve. Action TV revealed on a prior occasion that this initiative had been limited to the laying of a foundation stone. At present, plans are afoot to resurface the road in violation of the original plan. As such, resurfacing will now include the 22-kilometer stretch which cuts across the Madruoya Reserve. This is in spite of the fact that a written request made by the Road Development Authority to the Wildlife Director to this effect has been rejected. The Wildlife Director has made this rejection also taking into consideration a recommendation made by the Warden of the Madruoya Reserve. Thereby, the resurfacing of this road, which will also affect protected wetlands in the reserve, is an illegal affair. Although status is irrelevant in the face of the law, the Warden of the reserve is deaf in the face of this road resurfacing program. On several prior occasions, incidents have been reported which prove that even when main roads are built on the borders of natural reserves, they pose a threat to wildlife. Against such a backdrop, doesn't resurfacing a 22-kilometer stretch of road across a natural reserve render the term natural reserve meaningless? Will it not simply pave the way for the swift destruction of the reserve's wildlife? Minister of Wildlife Resource Conservation, this one is over to you. The group of foreign nationals who were rescued from a stricken vessel off the east coast of the island have been placed in remand custody after being produced before the Akre Pattu magistrate. 15 of them, including children, have been hospitalized.
Akre Pattu magistrate D. Sarvanabavan, who visited the place where the foreigners are being detained, ordered that they be placed in remand custody until the 8th of this month. Prior to being placed in remand custody, the group was provided with food and bathing facilities by the Sri Lankan Navy. The group were taken away to be placed in remand custody this evening. 127 Bangladeshis and 11 Myanmar nationals were rescued from a stricken vessel off the eastern coast of Sri Lanka yesterday, following a 20-hour operation undertaken by the Sri Lanka Navy.
Moving on to business news now. Revenue earned through the tourism industry increased by 41% in 2012 in comparison with 2011. Revenue of $94.6 million was earned in the month of December 2012 alone.
According to data released by the Central Bank of Sri Lanka, the tourism industry earned $830.3 million in 2011. In 2012, that figure rose to $1,038.7 million, an increase of $208.4 million year on year. Incidentally, 2012 is also the year which saw the most number of tourist arrivals in the country. Data released by Sri Lanka Tourism shows that the number of tourists choosing accommodation in star-class hotels reduced in the months of October and November last year. While 80.8% of tourists chose star-class accommodation in October 2011, only 73.2% chose star-class accommodation in the same month last year. While 90.3% of tourists chose star-class accommodation in November 2011, this figure reduced to 76.2% in the same period last year.
Moving on to news from the sporting arena, Sri Lanka will take on hosts India in a decisive match in the ICC Women's Cricket World Cup tomorrow. Captain of the Sri Lanka women's cricket team, Sashikala Siriwardana, says she's confident of victory since her team has the pitch advantage.
The Sri Lanka women's cricket team, who are competing in Group A in the tournament, beat defending champions England in their first match. However, they lost to West Indies in their second group stage encounter yesterday. While India have also clinched a victory in one of the two matches they played, both teams must win tomorrow's match in order to qualify for the Super Sixers.
Tomorrow we are having a very important match against India. Actually, this will decide who will go into the Super Six in our group. And also, this is the first time that we are playing day-night match. And we are having practice today under light, so it's a good thing for us. And also, we have good advantage of playing the same ground which we played the England match. And also, if we are comparing the teams, there are few players who will be, comparing to each other. They'll be in a top stand. So I think the match is open for both sides. Who will do less mistakes and who will be doing well will win, definitely. And also after the match we won against England, we are having a good opportunity for women's cricket in Sri Lanka. It will be getting spread among our people.
And that's a wrap of your Primetime News Bulletin. I'm Nadim Majid.
And I'm Mahina Bongso. Thank you very much for joining us. Take care and good night.
Hotline 0114-896-896. www.newsfirst.lk. Feedback at newsfirst.lk.